Dear Hasan Minhaj. Nah, fuck that. Hasan Pie! When I first saw you, I said to myself, fuck this bitch, because your YouTube video had way too many clicks. A parody trailer of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. If Spider-Man was Indian, I could not understand how you took my idea and just killed it. Truth be told, I became jealous. Silly me, I never quite realized maybe great minds do think alike. Just like how we both never made it to prom, when the heartbreak standing before us was far too strong. Or how we both dance with our hands every time we rant. They say it's a distraction, but I say it's highly needed, because we both know that hypocrisy and bigotry have multiple faces, so it's not just the verbal, but also the nonverbal side of communication, making it important that our hands and tongue stay united. But anyway, back to the time I still thought you were a bitch. Long before The Daily Show, Homecoming King, or Patriot Act, you had a channel called Goat Face Comedy on YouTube that took my dream of becoming the Brown Spider-Man and crushed it so I would never dare see it go through. Funny, I never saw it then, a blessing in disguise. Kinda like when Bethany Reed turns you down on prom night. It sucks, but when a special on it kills on Netflix, that must have felt nice. See, me not living my dream of becoming Brown Spider-Man before turned into fuel for something else, showing me that sometimes a closed door makes room for one to grow more and more as I keep writing the script to the aura affect my next short. Man, I hope you are ready for this new superhero to hit the floor. But speaking of hero, it only takes 1 or 2 moments to make one. And when you seize that moment, you leave one hard-hitting impression. Like the Correspondents' Dinner. Not the Trump one, but the one with Congress, following the 2016 Orlando shooting. Now, if I must be honest, standing in your shoes, I doubt my courage would have been enough to do what you did. Which was to stop the jokes, your job, at exactly 18 minutes and 30 seconds, and called them out for bribes taken by the NRA, asking if we as citizens maybe, just maybe, raised more money than them, if things would change. It's ironic because growing up brown has often taught me you must abide by your elders, leaders, anyone in authority, maintain our reputation, play it safe from the get-go, even if it doesn't feel right, because low kakahenge, bro. My father still gets nervous every time I make a political video satire because that behavior means I may never get hired. But you have showed me that a safe future isn't necessarily one worth living by, that by creating tides against your time is how a leader thrives. No wonder Netflix saw you as the one true homecoming king to rise. As brown men, we master the art of hiding our vulnerabilities and emotions because showing emotion means lack of control, and that's weakness, so having or displaying any emotion must make one weak to begin with. I carried this lesson from age 6 to 22. But in 1 hour, you broke through with a special that you advertised as a comedy, yet you brought tears out of me, showed that vulnerability leads to victory, which is why brave men are often complimented for being ballsy. Now, if any of you have any basic knowledge about the male anatomy, then you know exactly what is wrong with that analogy. But it all makes sense, because by displaying your weakness, you are exercising courage that finds its way to a relatable audience, ready to stand with you as you spring into action, and that is real strength. As a Hindu, I've learned that God resides in everyone. Some people make it really hard to accept that lesson. But you have shown me that this isn't a mere philosophy. In fact, it's as real as it gets, that even a scrawny brown dude like me can go on to make history with something as epic as the Patriot Act, that as minorities our shackles do become our weapons, melted from the lava of our grit and never-ending work ethic, leading us to achieve every godly accomplishment. We shall ascend to bring our community to unity right where it was meant to be, as we actively stay true to our humanity. And yes, that means once this level of equality becomes our new reality, rest assured all the ladies in the crowd will eagerly await the sexy storyteller as he astounds. The truth to your prophecy will be realized now that once you go brown, you gotta lock that shit down!